too late to invest in Ethereum? So just before we start, this is a disclaimer. I'm not a professional investor and this is not investment advice. So let's look at this question first of all. And there's two groups of people who want to ask this question. So there's a lot of people who have seen the kind of success story that Ethereum has created around itself. You know, it has increased from almost around $10 to around 300 right now. So just think about that. That's almost 3,000% growth. And there's a lot of people who are thinking maybe they can make a quick buck here and just buy it and get out. You know, there's constant growth in the past few months. There's another group of people who actually admire the technology for what it is and believe in technology and want to hold on to this asset for maybe 2 or 3 years, the holders, so to speak. And there's also groups of people who are traders looking in at this volatility and trying to make some money off it. But with all trading, it's very important to know what it is. And in this video, I'm going to outline the key features of Ethereum. Then I'm going to outline the key points for and against the price increase of Ethereum. So that's the two things I'm going to cover in this video. So let's start off with the key features of Ethereum. So Ethereum at its very core is a digital currency. It's a way of transferring value from one person to another. So I can essentially go out and transfer value to you. So give you Ethereum, and now you're a bit richer. So that's a core, and Ethereum as a technology as a whole can offer very fast transaction time. So it has almost 15-second blocks, unlike Bitcoin, which takes 10 minutes. So it confirms very, very quickly, and it can support a high volume of transactions. Now that there is something called the flippening happening, Ethereum, which is Ethereum essentially kind of replacing Bitcoin as a dominant cryptocurrency, there's actually a lot of name recognition as well for Ethereum. So usually with cryptocurrencies, the more people who know about it and the more people who are willing to adopt it and to use it, it's going to reach a critical mass where everyone has it. And then now, just like Visa card and MasterCard is accepted everywhere. So Ethereum has this name recognition right now. It's starting to build up a name around itself, and that's great for a digital currency. Second of all, smart contracts. So Ethereum has the ability of essentially programming money. If you do something, I will give you Ethereum. If you buy me an apple, I will give you Ethereum. That's essentially the kind of the logic behind smart contracts. But this can be applied to a lot of different things and even world events. And this is kind of very, very exciting, and it kind of gets rid of kind of middlemen if you're doing something like trading or whatnot. So you can actually put out a contract and the software, the program will fulfill the contract. So that's kind of very, very smart. And that's something that Bitcoin doesn't have. And, you know, not all cryptocurrencies can do smart contracts. Next up, another key feature of Ethereum is the ability to create decentralized apps. And we've seen that with apps such as Augur or the basic attention token. So these are kind of these applications that run on Ethereum. There's also First Blood for gaming. There's a lot of these this year kind of fulfilling different market niches and fulfilling different duties. So they all have an objective. For example, you know, the basic attention token is about creating a new market for ads. You also have things like Golem. Golem's a supercomputer that you can rent and operate using the Ethereum network. So all these are kind of based upon Ethereum, and Ethereum operates as a platform to support all these apps or distributed apps, dApps. So that's another key feature of Ethereum, and that's something that is quite unique to Ethereum as well. Well, not exactly unique, but it's actually quite populated, and it's quite supported by the community and the programmers in general. And last of all, it's also a crowdfunding platform. So you probably might have heard of something called initial coin offering. So this is akin to the initial public offering for companies, but instead of offering shares of a company, they offer you a new coin, a new digital asset or a token, or ERC20 tokens, and they can be used to represent something. And a lot of kind of crowdfunding occurs when these companies form tokens. They do a certain duty. For example, Golem can be used to pay for kind of calculations. So that's the Golem token. And investors into the platform can kind of buy these in initial coin offering. So this is kind of exciting, and it's a really huge world right now because new tokens that were offered like in the past few months, such as the basic attention token, essentially raised $35 million for the basic attention token. And that's a huge amount of money. And it's incredible. And they managed to do that all on Ethereum. And also something like Bancor, the decentralized exchange, they managed to raise more than 150 million US dollars using this method. So it's definitely exciting, and it's definitely something that is kind of new to a lot of people. That said, beyond the key features, there are a lot of fears and hype surrounding Ethereum. And this is something that I really want to kind of explore with everyone here. And I do want to hear your comments on this as well, because this is what's going to drive the market to go up or down. And I definitely want to fill in this list and actually make it more broad. So let's look at kind of the fears first. All right, so these are the things that's going to hit the news or something that's going to cause the price to suddenly fall. So one thing that's definitely true is there's a lot of new investors coming into Ethereum. There's different countries, for example, Korea, who really just heard about this and just are really hyped about Ethereum. So these are new investors coming in, and they might not be used to this technology or might not have like a good understanding of it. And without a good understanding, they're very prone to kind of go into their emotions. So with that, there's going to be price volatility. There was also a failed project in the past on Ethereum, namely the Decentralized Autonomous Organization, the DAO. So this was a company that was formed on the Ethereum network, and it tried to do stuff, but the most important thing about it was that the company actually got hacked and funds were stolen, and the community had to deal with that. So that was what happened last year, and that's a huge drama, and I would definitely like to cover it in a future video if you guys are interested in that. So just so the general list is that there was a DApp on the Ethereum and it did fail. But of course, that doesn't mean everything. There's also a twin coin. So because there was the DAO hack, how they fixed it was by kind of using a hard fork to restore the money back to the company, so the hacker couldn't get anything. Well, the problem was that the code intrinsically that was on the DAO, so this is not developed by the Ethereum developers. This is actually done by another group of people. So the DAO had poor coding, which led it to be hacked. So some people believe that just because there was poor coding, the hacker deserved to take that money. So Ethereum Classic was created, and they were created based on the fact that they don't feel that Ethereum should be kind of reversed. There's also a lot of speculation behind Ethereum because right now it's growing at such a crazy rate. There's various people, pumping out positive news and pumping out negative news. And this is one thing I've been stressing about in my channel, which is definitely read up and understand the key features of Ethereum, understand the key flaws of Ethereum, and understand the key ability to the key reasons why Ethereum is interesting. And with that knowledge, you can actually kind of not just predict speculation, but you can understand what happens and not get emotionally attached. So there's also a lot of hype factors too. So there's also kind of privacy features that are going to be added. There's also the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance. So the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance is a group of enterprises, huge companies are interested in developing for Ethereum or using Ethereum in some way. So we've seen kind of different ways that they can use it and potentially either form their own Ethereum chain, a private chain, or a public chain. I definitely want to discuss this a little bit in future. But overall, the general gist is that a lot of people are interested in Ethereum. A lot of big companies are in there, and that's always exciting news because they might want to just hold some Ethereum for, their own purposes. Another thing is the initial coin offering. So because there's a lot of tokens on sale and Ethereum is supporting a huge kind of ecosystem of these distributed apps, that means there's going to be a lot of interest in people buying Ethereum to buy tokens and to support initial coin offerings. So that's actually going to create kind of this demand for Ethereum and this kind of noise for Ethereum as well. There's also a lot of international support. So I've been talking about Koreans. So Koreans are extremely excited about Ethereum. China's also big on there. So, Vitalik Buterin was recently in China. Singapore recently opened up and actually started tokenizing the Singaporean dollar with Ethereum. So all of this is kind of contributing to the growth of Ethereum. And lastly, the development roadmap. So there's a lot of things planned for Ethereum in the future, either to make the platform easier to use, or also to kind of include things like proof of stake so the network performs more efficiently. So they have quite a good plan for coming up. So I do want to summarize and come back to the first issue I proposed. There's two case examples of people who are interested in investing in Ethereum. And I'm going to try to look at these factors and try to analyze the situation there. So first of all, if you're in here for kind of the quick money, all right, so looking at the consistent 10% daily growths and just being interested in that, I do want to say that Ethereum market right now is highly volatile. So on some days, it would maybe drop 20%, and on other days it might increase by 20%. So it's extremely volatile, and it's going to be an emotional roller coaster ride if you're just looking for a short-term investment for this. Because, honestly, with Ethereum, a lot of things are unpredictable, especially with this market. This market has so many new investors and so much kind of market changes based on little or no news that it's extremely hard to predict what's happening, even if you maybe feel like you're a good investor and can control your emotions very well. But the fact that the market is moving so much without news tells me that the market is very subject to different emotions, and that's why it's going to be extremely kind of very dangerous, high risk to put money into Ethereum for the short run. If you're looking for a long-term investment, if you're looking to hold, then Ethereum is actually pretty interesting. There's so much being developed right now, and there's so much unrealized potential. Right now, there's so many different things that are being developed on the Ethereum platform, and there's so much money funding different projects. You hear initial coin offerings, and there's so many different projects are running on Ethereum that makes it quite exciting to do. So it might actually make sense if you want to hold Ethereum in the long run to actually put a little bit in Ethereum because of how much potential this technology has. But of course, there's also doubters that will say, it's actually quite unproven, and in the past they have gone through some different hardships, including a DAO hack. So I would do want, if you guys are interested, do look into the DAO hack. Do look into development role plan. I'm going to make a video on that soon. And also, if you guys have anything you want me to talk about for Ethereum, then I would love you to hear that below. So right now, it seems like Ethereum has a very positive future, but it's going to have a very bumpy road getting there. I'm pretty sure, it's not going to go completely, up and up. Right now, especially with the kind of 3,000% growth we had recently, it's absolutely insane. And there's going to be a lot of fear in the market for people who don't understand how much potential Ethereum has. And, that's okay. That's okay. And I do want to hear opinions on both sides as well. I mean, when I started this channel, I wanted to open a two-way conversation for this. So I would love this list to grow and maybe to even have different people voicing different opinions here. This is kind of the start of the list, and this is the start of the reasons why, for the fears and the hypes. And I would love to hear what you guys think about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.